Hello, the states of matter and changing state question solving. Question number 1, a student investigated what happened when a sample of wax was heated using a Bunsen burner. He set up the apparatus as shown in the diagram. The student heated the wax strongly with a Bunsen burner until it turned into a liquid. Give the name of the process that occurs when a solid turns into a liquid. طبعا solid turning into a liquid is called melting. Question B, explain one change needed to make the experiment safer. اللي احنا ممكن نعمله عشان نخلي الاكسبيرمنت more safe. اول حاجه احنا ممكن بدل البنسن بيرنر ممكن نشتغل بالكتريك هيتر، لان البنسن بيرنر ممكن يخلي الواكس catch fire. يبقى احنا use an electric heater instead of a Bunsen burner. طيب, explanation to prevent wax from catching fire. To prevent wax from catching fire. طيب, احنا كنا ممكن نقول alternative answer. كنا ممكن نتكلم على ان احنا نمسك التيوب بتست تيوب هولدر عشان to prevent being burned by hot test tube. يبقى انا هنا use a test tube holder to prevent being burned by hot test tube. يبقى احنا عندنا two answers. طيب, describe the change in arrangement, movement, and energy of particles when the liquid wax turns to become a solid. هو ايه اللي بيحصل في الارينجمنت لما الليكويد بيبقى solid؟ اول حاجه في arrangement لو هنتكلم عليها البارتكلز become regularly arranged. يبقى احنا بنتكلم على regular arrangement. Number 2, بنتكلم على الموفمنت. Movement, particles vibrate at fixed positions. The solid state vibrate at fixed positions أو in fixed positions. Number 3, هنتكلم على الانرجي. هنتكلم على الانرجي. Particles lose kinetic energy. All particles lose energy. ممكن نقول energy decreases. يبقى بالنسبة للarrangement particles become regularly arranged. يبقى هنا يبقى regular arrangement. بالنسبة للmovement particles will vibrate at fixed positions أو in their fixed positions. وبالنسبة للenergy particles lose kinetic energy. The question number 1. Question number 2. The photograph shows an aeroplane that has a rocket motor. One of the tanks on the aeroplane contains liquid nitrogen. Complete the diagram to show the arrangement of particles in liquid. One particle has been drawn for you. طيب, احنا عشان نعمل البارتكلز في liquid state لازم نخلي البارتكلز random. يبقى احنا مثلا نرسم البارتكلز كده، ادي واحدة، نرسم واحدة تانية جنبها كده، واحدة تالتة اهي، واحدة رابعة. المهم يكونوا واحنا بنرسمهم يكونوا راندوم بالمنظر ده. في سبيسز في سبيسز عادي، يعني مش لازم يكونوا البارتكلز ملزقين في بعض ومفيش سبيسز، يعني ممكن يسيب سبيس كده صغير، وممكن تاتشنج. موستلي يكونوا تاتشنج، الماجورتي يكونوا تاتشنج، بس عادي يعني لو في بارتكل فيها سبيسز مفيش مشكله. وبعدين عشان البارتكلز بتاعت الليكويد بتبقى راندوم، فلازم غصب عننا يبقى فيه small spaces. طيب double I, much more oxygen can be stored in the tank when the oxygen is a liquid rather than a gas. يعني ممكن تشيل في التانك بتاع الطيارة بتاع الايروبلين الأكسجين أكتر لو كان في الليكويد ستيت بالمقارنة لو كان gas. Give a reason for this in terms of arrangement of particles. طبعا البارتكلز اللي في الليكويد بتبقى closer together مقارنة بالبارتكلز بتاعت الجاز اللي بتبقى far apart. يبقى هنا particles in liquid are closer together. particles بتاعت الجاز بتبقى far apart، عشان كده you can store more oxygen in the form of a liquid than in the form of a gas. The question number 2A. Question number 3. The three states of matter, solid, liquid, and gas. The diagram shows how particles are arranged in each of these states. راح مدينا solid state, liquid state, gaseous state. وهنا كتب melting اللي هي من solid liquid، يبقى X دي هتبقى boiling، وهنختارها احنا من البوكس boiling. عندنا Y طبعا اللي هي الجاز لليكويد، يبقى دي condensing، وتبقى Z دي هي الفريزنج. يبقى انا هنكتبهم تحت X boiling, Y condensing, Z freezing. طيب which statement best describe the movement of particles in a gas? The particles A, the particles vibrate. لا طبعا the solid particles هم اللي vibrate about fixed positions. The particles slide. لا طبعا the liquid. The particles move freely. صح right. يبقى it's C. The particles do not move. لا طبعا. يبقى هنا تبقى question B الانسر MCQ C. Answer C. The diagram shows apparatus that can be used to measure the melting point of a solid. The solid is placed in a small tube اللي هو ده solid Q. The small tube is then put into a liquid contained in a beaker. The liquid is gently heated and the temperature at which solid Q melts is recorded. Question I. Give the name of the apparatus labeled P. P طبعا the thermometer. P يبقى هنا هيكون thermometer. يبقى I give the name of the apparatus labeled P, thermometer. Solid Q melts at 140 degrees Celsius. Explain why water is not suitable liquid to use in this experiment. الووتر البوiling point بتاعته 100، يبقى once ان الووتر boiled at 100 يبقى solid Q will never melt، لان الحراره مش هتوصل له، لان الووتر اللي انت حاطه جوه البيكر عشان to transfer الهيت to solid Q in order to melt will boil before solid Q melts. يبقى هنا explain why water is not suitable liquid to use in this experiment, because water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, which is lower than the boiling point, the melting point of solid Q. So water will boil before solid Q melts. يبقى هنا ممكن نقول إن الwater will boil before solid Q melts. Triple I suggests why the liquid in the beaker needs to be stirred constantly. دايما stirring constantly واحنا بنسخن الحاجة دي بتensure even distribution of heat energy. يبقى هنا to ensure even distribution of heat energy. لأن احنا لو ما عملناش stirring فالجزء اللي تحت البottom هيبقى more hot than الجزء اللي فوق أو بقية الليكويد rest of the liquid. يبقى احنا دايما بنعمل stirring during heating to ensure even distribution of heat energy so that the bottom doesn't get hot than the rest of the liquid. Type. Question 4. The compound with the formula H2O can exist in 3 states of matter. The name of these 3 states are shown in the boxes. The number 1, 2, 3, and 4 represent changes of state. طبعا ice to water, it's 1 اللي هي melting, water to steam, 3 it's boiling, 4 اللي هي steam to water, it's condensing, water to ice, number 2 it's freezing. The particles of H2O are arranged differently in each state. I. In which state are the particles furthest apart? طبعا بتبقى في الستيم اللي هي الجاز ستيت. steam اللي هي الجاز ستيت. Double I. In which state do the particles have the least energy? Least energy ده اللي هو الايس solid state. Triple I. In which state are the particles arranged in regular pattern? برضه هتبقى الايس اللي هي solid state. يبقى احنا اول واحده هتبقى الستيم اللي هي الجاز ستيت. دبل اي هتبقى الايس اللي هي least energy solid state. وبرضه triple I regular pattern الايس اللي هو solid state. BI change of state 1 is called 1 احنا قلنا ان هي from ice to water يبقى it's melting. Ice solid to water liquid it's melting. Change of state 4 which is steam to water يبقى steam gas to water liquid يبقى it's condensing. يبقى هنا هنختار condensing. يبقى أول واحدة melting I ودبل I condensing. The term sublimation is also used for the change of state. Sublimation is the change of state from طبعا عارفين in sublimation change from solid to gas directly without passing through the liquid state. Question D. Heat energy is released when steam changes to water. Released, which is exothermic. What term is used to describe this type of energy change? يبقى هنا exothermic. Double I write an equation including state symbols for the change of state from steam to water. Steam is H2O in the gas state. It turns to water, condenses to water H2O in the liquid state. يبقى H2O gas gives H2O liquid. Question number 5. In chemistry, the state symbols S, L, G, and AQ are often used. S دي اللي هي solid, وال L دي اللي هي liquid, وال G دي اللي هي gas, وال AQ اللي هي aqueous, which is any substance dissolved in water. The table shows some changes of state. Complete the table to show the state symbol before and after the change. Water boils in a kettle. يبقى state symbol before change والafter change. طبعا بدل water يبقى it's liquid. The state symbol after the change تبقى gas عشان boiling. Ethene, the gas is converted into polyethylene, the plastic. يبقى the solid. Crystals of iodine are solid, sublime, and turns directly to gaseous state, sublime. يبقى that question number 5. Question number 6. This question is about the states of matter. The diagram shows the 3 states of matter for a substance: solid, liquid, والgas مش مرسومة. Each circle represents a molecule of the substance. I complete the diagram by drawing 6 circles to represent molecule in the gaseous state. يبقى احنا نرسم 6 molecules يكونوا random and far apart. يبقى كده 5 6 random and far apart. Double I, which statement is correct about the movement of or arrangement of the molecules of this substance? طيب الجاز state بتكون البارتكلز بتاعته number 1 moving randomly in the solid state. يعني بصوا هو دي ملهاش دعوه بالجاز، هي دي شويه statements random وبنشوف اذا كان صح ولا لا. يعني هل particles in the solid state move randomly؟ لا، يبقى statement is wrong. B, they move randomly in liquid state. صح فعلا particles in liquid state move randomly. C, they are arranged in fixed positions in the liquid state. اكيد لا، يعني particles في liquid احنا قايلين هم بيمove randomly. They are arranged in fixed position in the gas state. اكيد لا برضه، particles في الجاز state بتكون randomly arranged. يبقى احنا عندنا the right statement هي B, they move randomly in the liquid state. طيب question triple I, which term is used for a solid changing to a liquid? يبقى triple I, which term is used for a solid changing to a liquid? Solid, the liquid is called melting. يبقى هنا الانسر D, it's melting. Solid to a liquid. B, some cold water is poured into a conical flask and a bung inserted. البنج ده اللي هو الستوبر ده. The diagram shows the flask after few minutes. What is occurring in the flask؟ طبعا بدل فيه liquid water يبقى فيه evaporation. طبعا ما فيش boiling لأن ما فيش تسخين، ما فيش heating أصلا. وأكيد بيحصل condensation برضو. condensation يبقى boiling and condensing. يبقى هنا هتبقى ما ينفعش boiling and condensing لأن ما فيش boiling. condensing and evaporating right. يبقى it's B. evaporating and freezing, no freezing, you're not cooling. freezing and melting برضو wrong عشان ما فيش هنا cooling. Question double I, which formula represents a substance that is not present in the flask? الفلاسك بتاعنا فيه water in the gas state water vapor. فيه water في liquid state فيه nitrogen gas لكن ما فيش nitrogen liquid. يبقى احنا we don't have nitrogen liquid inside the flask. يبقى it's D عشان هي not present. Question 7 on cooling. Water gas produced in the combustion of hydrogen اللي هو steam or water vapor is converted into water liquid. Describe how the speed and the distance between the particles change during the conversion. لما يكون gas يتحول liquid, speed of particles decreases. They become slower. يبقى هنا the speed decreases, particles become slower. Distance between particles برضو decreases. لأن ال particles becomes closer. يبقى احنا عندنا the speed decreases with distance decreases. Question 8. When a liquid evaporates at room temperature, it changes into a gas. The diagram shows the arrangement of particles in a liquid. عاوزين to complete the diagram to show the arrangement of 4 particles in a gas. يبقى احنا هنعمل random particles are randomly arranged وفي نفس الوقت يكونوا far apart. Describe the movement of particles in the gas. Particles of gas move freely or move randomly or move rapidly everywhere. يبقى move freely or move randomly or move rapidly everywhere. Why heating a liquid causes it to evaporate more quickly? لما بنعمل heating للliquid particles gain more energy. معنى كده ان هما they can overcome the forces of attraction holding them easier. So the liquid evaporates more quickly. يبقى هنا particles gain more energy وده معناها إن هما they overcome the forces of attraction more easily أو more often وبالتالي they can escape the surface easier. فلما بيعملوا escaping للsurface easier فعشان كده they evaporate more quickly. يبقى هنا particles gain more energy, they overcome the force of attraction more easily or more often, they can escape the surface easier. وescaping the surface هي evaporation. Escaping the surface هي evaporation. Question 9. The diagram shows a kettle of boiling water. وهنا kettle, water vapor, water droplets. As the water evaporates, it turns into droplets of liquid water. The change of state when water vapor changes into a liquid water is described as هتبقى طبعا condensation. B. Question B. Describe what happens when water vapor cools to form liquid water. Water vapor, the gas, to liquid. يبقى your answer should include the change in the energy, arrangement, and movement of particles. يبقى هنا change in energy. يبقى change in energy هتكون less energy. Particles have less energy. Particles of a liquid have less energy. طيب change in arrangement طبعا كليكويد مقارنة بالجاز يبقى ممكن نقول إن هما more closer وممكن نقول إن هما less random. الاثنين صح. الارينجمنت يا إما more closer وممكن نقولها move closer أو less random. طيب change in movement البارتكلز هتبقى less random أو move slower. يبقى هنا change in energy البارتكلز have less energy. change in arrangement هيبقوا less random و more closer. كchange in movement less random and move slower. طيب question 10. The diagram showed the arrangement of molecules in 2 of the 3 states of water. Each circle represents a molecule of water. Complete the diagram to show how the molecules of water are arranged in the solid state. يبقى احنا نعمل في solid state the particles are close together وفي نفس الوقت they are regularly arranged. يبقى هنا في regular arrangement والparticles close together. ده كده solid state. Question B. Which row of the table correctly describe the arrangement of and movement of molecules of water in the solid state? The solid state بتبقى movement moving freely ولا vibrating؟ بتبقى vibrating. طب arrangement بتبقى regular ولا random؟ بتبقى regular. يبقى كده هتبقى الانسر C. Arrangement regular والmovement vibrating. Which word describe water changing from a liquid to a solid? Liquid to solid, it's freezing. D. Give the word used to describe the change of state represented by this equation from solid to gas. It's sublimation. Question E. Water is the name used for H2O liquid. Give the 2 names used for H2O gas. احنا عندنا الووتر في الجاز state either it's called water vapor or it's called steam. يبقى هنا answers water vapor or steam. Question 11. The diagram shows the arrangement of particles in the 3 states of matter. Each circle represents a particle X, Y, and Z. Use the letters X, Y, and Z to give the starting and finishing state of matter for each of the changes in the table. The first one has been done for you. طيب احنا الايس to water اللي هي الZ solid to liquid اللي هي Y. solid iodine يبقى Z. to iodine gas يبقى X عشان الX ده الجاز. molten iron ده liquid يبقى Y. to solid iron يبقى ده Z. ethene it's a gas يبقى X. to polyethylene is solid, it's Z. Which of these changes takes place when solid iodine is heated to form gases iodine? Solid to gas directly without passing through liquid, it's sublimation D. Question 12. The 3 states of matter, solid, liquid, and gas substances can be changed from one state to another. The box lists some words relating to changes of state. Complete the table by giving the correct word from the box for each change of state. Each word may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Solid to liquid, but it's called melting. Liquid to gas, يبقى من التable evaporation. Solid to gas من التable sublimation. طيب بعد كده question B. The particles in solid are closely packed, arranged in regular pattern, vibrate about fixed position. Describe the arrangement, movement of the particles in a gas. طيب هو البارتكلز في الجاز هل هم closely packed regular يعني و closely packed arranged in regular pattern ولا بيبقوا random؟ لا هم بيبقوا random. يبقى هنا arrangement particles في gas state they are random. بالنسبة للsolid هم قال لك closely packed هنا بيبقوا far apart. بالنسبة للموفمنت. في السوليد هو قال لك vibrate about a fixed position. بالنسبة للموفمنت هنا في الجاز movement they move randomly أو freely أو rapidly everywhere. يبقى they move freely, they move rapidly, they move randomly. طبعا ممكن بدل rapidly quickly أو very quickly. ده question B. Question 13. This question about the three states of matter, solid, liquid, and gas. Solid, liquid, and gas can be changed from one state to another. The box gives the names of some changes of state: condensing, evaporation, melting, sublimation. Use words from the box to complete the sentence. Each word may be used once, more than once, or not at all. The change from solid to liquid is called. طبعا هتبقى solid, liquid, melting. The change from liquid to gas, liquid to gas, from the table is evaporation. The change from solid to gas is called sublimation. يبقى هنا sublimation. B. Describe the arrangement and movement of particles in a solid. بالنسبة للparticles كarrangement, they are regularly arranged. يبقى هنا regular arrangement. وفي نفس الوقت close together. وهنا الparticles في الsolid they don't move, they only vibrate at fixed positions. They don't move, they only vibrate at fixed positions. That question 13. Question 14. The diagram shows how the particles of substance are arranged in two different states. I complete the diagram to show how particles are arranged in liquid state. Liquid state عملناها من شوية اللي هي كانت random وفي نفس الوقت close together. يعني هعمل لك 2 layers كده بسرعة. بسرعة كده يعني دول 2 layers يكونوا random و close together. طيب, identify the state of matter in which particles have the most energy. طبعا most energetic particles هم اللي في الجاز state. يبقى هنا gas. Question B. The state symbols S, L, G, and AQ are often used in chemistry. The table shows some physical changes. Complete the table by giving the state symbol before and after each change. Water evaporates. يبقى from liquid to gas. Crystals of iodine. يبقى solid. Sublime. يبقى gas. Ice. the solid. Melts. يبقى هنا هيبقى liquid. Explain why hot water evaporates more quickly than cold water. قلنا قبل كده إن the particles of hot water have more kinetic energy. يبقى particles of hot water have more kinetic energy than cold water. وبالتالي they can overcome the forces of attraction اللي هي any force of attraction اللي هي between the water molecules more easily, so they or particles يعني can escape the surface easier. That's why hot water evaporates faster than or quicker than or more quickly than cold water. Question 15. The boxes list changes that may happen in laboratory and the names of some changes. Draw one straight line from each change to its correct name. طبعا ice turning into water, it's melting. Solid carbon dioxide turns directly into a gas, it's sublimation. Solid carbon dioxide turns directly into a gas, it's sublimation. يبقى هنا دي melting ودي sublimation. A solute دي اللي هي المادة اللي هتتذوب يا ولاد. solute is stirred into a solvent. دي اسمها dissolving. يعني ناخدها later on. سهلة أوي. solute دي substance which dissolves in a solvent والsolvent ده substance which dissolves a solute. فدي هي ال dissolving. Question 16. This question is about states of matter. Use the words solid, liquid, and gas to give the initial and final state of matter for each of the changes listed in the table. The first one has been done for you. Melting, solid to liquid, sublimation, يبقى solid to gas, condensing, هتبقى gas to liquid, evaporation, liquid to gas. Particles in solid are closely packed, arranged in a regular pattern, and vibrate about fixed positions. Describe the arrangement and movement of particles in a gas. نفس الكلام, the arrangement of particles in a gas. Arrangement. Number one, they are randomly arranged. يبقى هنا random and far apart. Random and far apart. بالنسبة للmovement, they move ممكن نقول randomly, ممكن نقول freely, ممكن نقول rapidly أو very quickly, everywhere. طيب, question number 17. Question number 17. hint صغنطوطة بس قبل ما نبدأ الكويستشن عشان تعرف إذا كان substance at room temperature 25 degrees Celsius it's a solid ولا liquid. دايما بص على melting point. لو لقيت melting point والboiling point lower than أو less than 25 degree اللي هي room temperature يبقى ده معناها إن substance is a gas. طب لو melting point lower than the room temperature 25 degree بس boiling point greater than the room temperature 25 بس boiling point greater than 25 يبقى ده كده liquid. أما لو melting point boiling point greater than the room temperature which is 25 يبقى ده معناها إن substance is a solid. يبقى احنا دايما بنبص على melting point boiling point عشان نقدر نحدد إذا كان substance solid ولا liquid ولا gas. طيب, question A. طبعا هو مديك في ال question 17 the table give the melting and boiling point of 4 pure substances W, X, Y, and Z. The melting point boiling point given in table. مطلوب use data from the table to answer the question which substance is a gas at 100. عشان يبقى gas at 100 لازم يكون ال melting point and boiling point less than 100. Less than 100 طبعا it's W. يبقى A it's W. B double I, which substance is a liquid for the largest range of temperature? To be a liquid for a largest range of temperature لازم يكون الفرق ما بين melting point boiling point أعلى حاجة. يبقى طبعا the difference between 2500 اللي هي boiling point and 660 اللي هي melting point for substance X دي the largest range. يبقى عشان كده هتبقى الانسر هنا B. يبقى الانسر is B. Which substance is a liquid at 1000 and a gas at 2000? يبقى أنا لازم يكون melting point less than 1000. تمام؟ ألاقي إن الأربعة كلهم melting point less than 1000. طيب, عاوزين بقى substance تكون boiling point بتاعتها عشان تبقى gas at 2000 لازم تكون boiling أقل من 2000. تمام؟ يبقى هي هنا a gas at 2000 وليكويد at 1000 هتبقى substance اللي هي Y. ليه؟ لأن في الجاز lower than 1300 اللي هي المفروض الجاز at 2000 وهي البونينج بوينت بتاعتها 1300 اللي هي less than البونينج بوينت. طيب حد هيقول لي طب ليه ما ينفعش Y وليه ما ينفعش Z؟ لأن Y و Z البونينج بوينت بتاعتهم أقل من 1000 وبالتالي they will not be liquid at 1000 they will be gases. طب حد يقول لي ليه ما ينفعش X؟ لأن البونينج بوينت بتاعت X is 2500 وبالتالي it will not boil عند 2000 هتفضل liquid state. عشان كده يا جماعة هي الإجابة Y. Y هي ال right answer. طيب ده بالنسبة للtriple I. Question 18. Substance can exist as solid, liquid, or gases is the change of state that occurs when a substance melts. يبقى change of state when substance melts from solid to liquid. Complete the word equation for the sublimation of iodine solid to iodine gas. The circle in the diagram represents a particle. Complete the diagram to show the arrangement of particles in a gas. نعمل particles random and far apart. Question C. The table lists some statements about particles. Place ticks in boxes to show which two statements are correct for water particles. The particles في water state, liquid state, water particles يبقى liquid state. The particles only vibrate. لا طبعا. The particles do not move. لا برضه. The particles have no gaps. لا برضه. The particles move randomly. صح. ما particles في liquid state بتmove randomly. The particles have more energy than ice اللي هو الsolid. طبعا. The particles have regular arrangement. لا طبعا. يبقى احنا بس ال two correct answers هي particles move randomly وال particles have regular arrangement اللي هي box 4 and box 5.